Good morning, everyone. Pete here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Deep Cut Dive. Today we're going to take a look at 5 recommendations from myself from the catalog of British, American, rock, hard rock, pop legends Foreigner. A band that have been around since the latter part of the 70s, been kind of going strong for many years. Big hit machine. Okay, so this is a band that had, especially the first, 4 albums, chock full of radio staples and greatest hits, specialties, and songs that they play live all the time. We're not going to talk about those songs. Hot-Blooded and Urgent and I've Been Waiting for a Girl Like You and, all the usual suspects, Double Vision, all that sort of thing. We're not going to talk about those songs because hopefully most of you know those tunes, whether you're someone who has all the Foreigner records or whether you're just someone who has maybe a greatest hits selection or two, or maybe someone who just goes to see them live every so often, hears their songs on the radio. You know all the staples. I'm not going to talk about those. We're going to try and go a little bit deeper. So for those of you who are big Foreigner fans, know the catalog really well, go into their catalog and offer up maybe 5 other selections beyond the ones that I've kind of thrown out here today. So for your colleagues here who visit this channel who maybe don't know Foreigner much beyond the big popular songs, right? So let's get started here. I got 5 of them for you. We're going to go to their debut from 1977. That's this bad boy right here. All right, chock full of very memorable songs. A good amount of this album played live a lot, especially back in the day. A lot of these you can find on their greatest hits packages and all that sort of thing. Very well-known songs, radio staples. My choice from this album is At War with the World, a great song that's in the back end of the CD. It could be one of the heaviest songs they ever did. It's a real powerful, hard rocking song, easily their heavy, top 3 heaviest songs ever. Played infrequently on the first 2 tours. All right, played it a bit on the on the very very first tour. In fact, if you get the recent live DVD from that first tour, they do play it on that particular performance. But they dropped it from the set list shortly after. I think when they came out with the second album, they played it briefly at the beginning of that tour, and then that was it. Not one of the many hits on this debut, right? Because of course you got Feels Like the First Time, Cold as Ice. The Damage is Done, Long Way from Home, Woman, Oh Woman, Fool for You Anyway. I Need You, most of these songs, very, very memorable, big hooks and all that kind of stuff. Whereas At War with the World is kind of like the crunchy, heavy rocker on the album. It's a great song. Great song. Next up, let's go to Double Vision from 1978, right? Another song with chock full of hits. The song I'm going to go to is the very last song on the album. Doesn't get much deeper than that. Spellbinder. Kind of a different song for them. It's kind of bluesy, melodic, even slightly proggy. It's got the big string arrangement on it from David Paich. Of course, David Paich from Ambrosia, another kind of contemporary of Foreigner. Some tasty guitar licks from Mick Jones. You got the piano, great chorus. Like I said, it's the last tune on the album. Doesn't get much deeper. Very, very cool cool song. I love the kind of it's got this kind of laid back bluesy feel to it. And it kind of reminds me of a little bit of some of Lou Graham's previous band before he joined Foreigner, Black Sheep. They were kind of like more of like a Bad Company Free type of band. I get that feeling from this a little bit, kind of like that atmospheric bluesy kind of feel, and I love the strings kind of add a really cool little element to that song. So Spellbinder from Double Vision. Next up, Hot-Blooded, 1979. I'm going with those first 3 albums here, right off the bat. How about a song called 17, right in the middle of the album? Right smack in the middle of the album. Strong hard rocker from the band. It's got kind of a weird, questionable lyric, right? But a lot of bands were singing songs about underage girls back in the day, right? Like I said, done by a lot of bands. But catchy tune nonetheless. Good hard rocker from the band. Not one of those songs you're going to find on any of those hits collections. Don't think the band ever played it live, or if they did, it was like for a show or two. So definitely a deep track. Good hard rocker. Got a kind of a catchy chorus, as much as the lyrics are a little kind of juvenile. But you know what? That was the late 70s, right? Is what it is. All right, number 4. Going to go to number 4, Foreigner 4 from 1981. A song called Nightlife. It's the very first track on the album, and a great song. It's like, one of those really strong album openers. Again, puzzlingly enough, not released as a single. All right, it's this big barnstorming hard rock song with great hooks. Mick Jones's guitar riffs all over the place. Lou Gramm singing up a storm. The chorus is great. Barely ever played live. Not released as a single. Again, an album that's got a bunch of, Jukebox Heroes is on here. Urgent, a couple other songs, but definitely a tremendous deep cut from this big blockbuster album for them. All right, my last choice, coming in number 5 is from a CD that I actually do not own. I realize I have a couple of them that I just never bothered to purchase, or I had heard back in the day or had it on LP or cassette, whatever, and never replaced it. But I'm going to the 1987 album, which of course is called Inside Information, for a song called Counting Every Minute. Another great song, big ballsy guitar riffs. Okay, it's this heavy, fiery kind of track with this really potent Lou Gramm vocal performance. It's got the big late 80s chorus going on here. The big productions, the Def Leppard thing, all these bands doing these choruses. They're just like, multi-tracked to death, right? But it's a really good hard rocking song. Kind of forgotten on this album. You got like Say You Will and I Don't Want to Live Without You with the big hits on this album. But it's definitely one of my favorites from that album. And again, kind of like a forgotten song from that album. And all the albums going forward, kind of not as big as sellers as the ones before it. This might have been one of their last. Inside Information was kind of one of their last big selling albums, but still plenty of good material on some of those latter period albums. So check them out. So there you have it. So we got Counting Every Minute, Nightlife, 17, Spellbinder, and At War with the World are my 5 deep tracks from the band Foreigner. Definitely a very, very popular band in the annals of rock and roll history. Especially here in North America. They did bang-up business for many, many years. And like I said, most people know the hits, know the big songs, but there's a lot of other good songs from this band. So offer up your deep cuts below and visit us on the web at www.seattranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Stay tuned for more programming coming up tonight. We got, what is happening tonight? Stephen Reed is coming on the show tonight. Forgot about that. Stephen Reed and I are going to rank the studio albums of Dokken. That's coming up tonight, so you don't want to miss that. More stuff happening tomorrow in the next few days, so stay tuned for all of it. And we'll see you then, guys, right? Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.